Good morning and happy Saturday. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of matting on the cover, then we're going to work on the inside. Last night on the last video, I did go through these little points, but I'm going to show you again. And then I covered the back. So let me just grab that one. We took this and I showed covering the back of this with from the paper pad. Now this right here, I finally got it out. I don't have these in stock right now. I have more on order. It's this big roll, but which is awesome. It's a lifesaver. But I have to tell you, hi, April. Hi, Janice. For me, it was a booger to cut. But now that I've gotten out my heavy duty box knife, because I've tried scissors, I can't make it work. I can now cut it really easy with the box knife. So I do have more of the giant rolls coming in. I haven't used mine since I brought it in, over a year and a half ago, because cutting it has been a challenge. Don't use your scissors. It's not going to work. Even the Tim Holtz Teflon, you need that box cutter. So after using the box cutter, I'm happy. So I did put it on the back. You're going to want to put dots all around yours. You do want to pop it up, or you can also use, a nice big piece of chipboard and maybe double it to pop it up, because I think popping up just gives it a little more character there. Now, you definitely could just put this down, but I want to use the green polka dots. So the green is going to be from your Petite Prints. I'm choosing the white side because it matches, and it just looks like it blends in nicely with the album. Then this will go on top. Okay, so we will cut this first. So we have all of these pieces, and I will go back over cutting these points with you again. First thing we want to do is measure. And just before I went live, I did upload the Creating the Chipboard album for Be Happy and the pages inside. And so if you have Be Happy and Berry Sweet, both, you'll want to go ahead and do your album covers the exact same way. We'll just do, but Berry Sweet, I don't have the page construction up yet. That's coming. So I'm going to cut a piece that is 6 1/4 by 8 5/8. We're going to start there. 6 1/4 by 8 5/8. Hi, Jade Lady. Oh, I know. Nikki. Oh my gosh. Nikki, I was going to message you today because I haven't heard from you. So, hello, girls. I'm so glad you guys are on. Or ladies and gentlemen. 6 1/4. We're going to go 8 5/8. Today is the actual, it's been 2 weeks Monday. I think I'm back to normal now. Gosh, going on a cruise just kicked my butt. But it was a fun crafting cruise. It just takes a little time when you get home to get reorganized. Okay, I think 6 1/4 by 8 5/8 is perfect. And then again, the green that came in your kit, or you can purchase the limeade separate. It's the same limeade, well, kind of, as your cover. So it looks, I think it looks fabulous. And then we're going to put this right on top. Then we will have ribbons that come over to the side, but we don't want to put all this on yet. Otherwise, it gets smashed up while we're decorating the inside, but we do want to go ahead and glue this down. So Janice, how are you doing? Oh, Nikki, are you back home? I didn't care for the dark, but you could if you do like the dark. And I have to say, Janice, and Nikki too, I'm looking so forward to seeing you guys very soon at our in-person retreat. And let me tell you, it really is going to be amazing. I got Lexi in the back door here, just planning things, those fresh young minds and perspectives. Wait a minute, you can't drink tea. Okay, well that would I know you very well, I don't know how you're surviving. I hope you have some tea flavored cough drops or something. Because you definitely are my tea drinker. And the nice thing about our hotel at Farmington Station, Janice, we're right there by Chick-fil-A. Um, we have Chick-fil-A has the best sweet tea, and then we have, of course, Starbucks for your hot tea. Yes, and we've missed you, and we can't wait to see you because Prize Patrol just isn't the same. I mean, it's great, but it's not the same without you. And we'll be getting with you on that soon because, well, hello, let's get scrappy. And how is your time here in Utah going? Okay, it's cute this way. If you want to just do it this way, add your ribbons. You guys are good to go. But last night, if you watched the live, or if you're not there yet, that's okay. I'm going to cut another one with you. And I'll just take it from this green. Now, you could also use the other side of this green. You're going to cut this from your scraps. Don't cut into a new paper. You should have plenty of scraps. Yeah, Utah's hot. Tiffany, I didn't realize how absolutely fabulous your weather really is. We're in Washington. I guess you guys never really do get hot. Yes, I do need your Boston accent. So I want you to cut. Now you can choose any of the color squares. I chose this one because it matches the lettering on our paper. It's underneath here. But first, I want you to cut one by one. And then you're going to go point to point just in that groove of your cutter, and you'll cut those. Now, you can also use more than one color. You don't have to stick. But see, I chose this one because it matched home. But this is also going to look really good. So if you have already put, remember this cover on the back that you're seeing as white was from the cover of the paper, and we cut it down to 5.5. I believe it was 5.5, but we're going to measure, 5.5 by 7.5, and it was the cover from the 6x8 paper pad. Then I did trim just a hair off of all of this, but trim yours first. Hi, Denise. Then this was from that big roll. And like I showed if you just came on, now that I know how to cut this big roll using my box knife, not scissors. Scissors don't work for me. I do have more order. I ordered more. So we've got the big roll coming back in black and white, but I only had the black. So I'm going to put this little guy away so I don't intermix here and mess up my pattern. So what we're going to do, the best thing to do first is just lay out your corners. Now, if you're a quilter and you make corners, you're going to do really well. I messed up on my first one and I knew better, and I'm not going to mess up this time. Well, I say that. So we are going to start on our corners. I think that's going to give us a better layout just on the top. So you should have a space here. We'll have to add more glue, of course, on top of the other ones, but I'm going to go ahead and just add a line of glue here. So I'm going to start with the first one here. And it doesn't matter. It's just preference how far you want it to stick out. The further it sticks out, it's going to stick over your album. I like that, though. So I'm going to put one on each corner first, and then we're going to fill in the center. So I think I'll just take this one all the way down to the edge of the board. Now, don't worry if anything sticks out on the side, because you can just trim it off. Like I said, your glue will start to dry. It's okay. So I'm going to start here. And again, bring that up a little bit closer. And I do like the wet adhesive for this, so I can move things. Okay. Now we can fill in the center. So now we'll just add a little glue on this piece. Yeah, the only thing different, Janice, we don't have to, we're not folding and ironing and folding and ironing. Now, I'll be honest with you, we're going to have to do some probably rearranging as we go, overlapping. And again, this is why I like to use glue. Now, we could make a whole string of this and then cut them, but so now I'm just trying to keep things a little bit spaced evenly. I haven't pushed anything down really hard, so I can possibly move some things. Okay, see, with the wet glue, I can do some moving here. That looks good. Okay, now after it looks good, just do a little cleaning up and burnishing, just making sure it's down. And then we're going to do the same again. I like to always start at these corners. Then my placement just seems to be a little more symmetrical. Like I said, if you want your point down a little bit more, that's fine, and then you can just cut that off. Okay. Before I make that permanent. Yep, I used to do this on baby quilts. In fact, I learned it in junior high, and so I still have Kara's baby quilt I made when I was in home ec, summer home ec in 8th or 9th grade, because I just loved, and that's when, you know, they offered home ec, and then they had a summer if we just wanted to come. Remember those good old days? And I would go in the summer with my home ec teacher, and she taught me how to tie quilts. I just loved it. Let's see. I'm intrigued. Not sure what you're going, where you're going. Oh, where I'm going with this is right here. This is the border I put around my home, my Be Happy album, and we're going to decorate the inside today. See, I love paper crafts, but my love of crafting started mostly with sewing. And then I had a bridal store where I made wedding dresses and veils. And then I realized paper is so much easier. I can still do some fun, cute things, and then I can tear it apart so much easier. Okay, so this is going to be a longer side. So I am going to just lay my points down a little bit here. Now you could go end to end, but I like to overlap just a little bit. So let's just lay these down on our work surface. I'm just wanting to get an idea of my placement. So your placement will determine how many you need. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. I can look at it and I can see kind of where I need to go or how many I need. Yep, I did that too, Janice. Did you ever finish your rugs? I never finished one. And then cross stitch, yeah, I did. I did all my kids. There we go. I cross stitched all their birth announcements for their walls. And I still haven't. So as you can see, I'm going to go top and bottom here because I don't want to end weird at the bottom. Okay, remember, I'm not really pushing down onto the glue yet. Because I want to be able to move these. That's why you do have to work a little bit fast. Like I said, you can make a chain of them and then put them on and cut, but that's what I'll show you what happened when I was doing that. Okay, I think that looks good. I can just straighten them all up, add more glue if needed, but I do use a little extra as I'm going. It'll be a little messy from behind, just like all of our crafty work. So I made the long chains. I thought, oh, I'll make the chains and cut them, but then see, I had some end up kind of funky here. And that one ended up quite perfect. That's like where I started, but then I had another funky one. So I decided I don't want to do the chain this time. I'm going to do it the way I usually do it because I wanted it more symmetrical on my corners. Okay, let me just get some water. And it really doesn't take that long. If you've ever made these for your quilts, you know you cut your squares because you don't want raw edges. Then you fold, iron, fold, iron. Well, now you're talking hours because it's 10 times the size. So this gives you the feeling of sewing without sewing. Now this is a shorter side, so I'm not going to, well, and I already know how many I need now on a side. So I can just add my adhesive. And then I can kind of figure out by looking at the top. Okay, you will need adhesive there. Sorry about the flipping back and forth, but then I kind of just take my point to point. Oh, thank you. 1950s. I want to go back to a 1950s summer. You know, the high-waisted cute shorts with our little bikini tops, Our mother's throwing a fit because our shorts were too tight. Oh, I love this. I just love the colors. Hanging the clothes out on the line. Yeah, I love. I had a black and white polka dot sundress. I know all you ladies did. So here we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I only need 6. I had you cut extra because you never know if you're going to have a boo-boo. But you can use these anywhere else. Don't throw them away. Because let me show you something. So you could take something cute like this and say you want to add something different to your circle. Do you see how cute that is? In fact, I may do that for this book. I think we use this on the back cover somewhere. But these can be used. They don't have to be a straight surface. And then you can really change the look. And you can even make your own little sunshine using these with yellow. Make them bigger. Go 2 by 2. You can make these squares any size. And then you've got yourself just added personal touch to your projects. Okay, let me grab 6. Again, 4, 5, 6. Now, once again, I'm just going to kind of go from where I placed on this side. Yeah, so don't push down. You don't want it permanent yet. You can also just use your ruler. That's got to go over. So I'm just going tip to tip. I don't expect them to be perfect. I just want them to be close. Then I'll move as, oh yeah, this needs to come out a little. This side, though, gets pretty well hidden with our ribbon. So if it's a little off, don't you even worry about that because no one's going to see it. Okay. Let's not do that. Cute, isn't it? Don't you guys just, it's so cute. It's so summer. Then we'll set this aside. But when you put it on here, see, it will hang over your book. So you will see a little bit from that side. And you do want to that's why you do want to pop it up also, because if it's flat, these might get bent. This will give you some space there. And then also, let me show you. We're going to put the ribbon a little bit over here on the green so it doesn't interfere with that. Okay, so that part is done. I'm just going to push everything down. And you don't see quite a lot in the back, but you do want to go ahead and cover that part. So we're going to go ahead and set this aside now. It's going to continue to dry, and we are going to work on the inside decoration. Couple of things. Let me get into here and get out. And I'll show you what came in your kit. Because we're going to use all of it. Not just on this album, though. We'll use some on the chipboard. Now, my Doodle Pops. You have 4 Doodle Pops with this collection and in your kit. And I meant to have these all out. I thought I was so prepared. There we go. There's 3. Okay, I'm going to tell you about this little guy in just a second. 1, 2. I'm missing my bear. Okay, little bear, where are you? If I don't find him, that's okay. It's very simple where we put him. Because he's hiding deep in there. He's hibernating. We have a little bear, but we're okay. We use this one in here, right here. And the reason, when you open this, when we get there, I got to show you, you got to be very careful. If you punch the back out of this, your beads go everywhere. Just like that, I'm telling you. So this one we want to be super careful with. This one we're going to use on the cover. So it is called your Beautiful Garden. So you can just stick that over there with your cover. Then these guys we use inside. The only one I'm missing is the bear, but I'll show you where he goes. Super simple. So you're going to want some pop dots. And if you have the kit, I believe you should have all 3 different sizes. I kind of mix them up in the kit so you get a variety. All right. So we're going to start right here on page 1. And I'm going to show you. So these are the containers I got off of Amazon. I love these, but I found some that have 6. So I'm going to get those ordered. We want the strip, and it's black. It says Happy B-Day. Oh, no. It says Happy B-Day, not As Can Be. I did get this a little close, so I'm going to set it on the black border of my photo mat. Then we're going to take out our hive from our big letters. Okay, then I want, oh, you're going to want your sticker sheet too. So we're going to be using our sticker sheet. So everything I use right now, what's left is going to be used on our 6x8 album. So we are going to use stuff from all of this. Okay, now we're going to, oh, let me show you what I did. So I put my bees, here's how I separated. Of course, my words. So I have 3. That's why I love these disposable food containers. So I put my bees and grass and loose flowers in here. These I know we're going to be using for the chipboard album. So let's go ahead and get this piece of grass. Then you want a yellow and a white flower with a stem. So there's my white and my yellow. Then we're going to get a little bee. Okay, my little bee is, let me show him. He's got his little eyes closed. And he's got a bucket. There's a little bucket there. And then we want a honey pot. Now, if you this is your first time working with Doodlebug, this is mild. Usually you get huge, bigger package. This mini line, though, made it so much easier. Then we have a honey, oh my goodness, what do you call that? I really needed to put these guys in envelopes like I did before because it goes by faster, but I didn't. Sorry about that. But we have and it'll come up. See this honey stick? I stick that behind. Oh, no. So I try to take the really tiny stuff and separate it, but sometimes it doesn't happen. And it gets mixed in to our little piles, and there it is. These are our, oh no, these are our graphics. And if I don't find it, that's okay. I showed you what it looks like. So you'll want to get that out. I won't keep digging for it. It will show up. And this is going to be up on foam tape, so you'll be able to stick it in there. So our hive. Oh, and then our little bee. And then we want the little word, this little buzzword. And again, even when sorting it, sometimes those words, when they're that small, kind of get lost. So let me just show it to you again, so I don't keep digging for it forever. It's this one, B-U-Z-Z. And again, he's up on foam, so you'll just pop him underneath there. So I won't keep digging for the ones I can't find. Okay, foam dots. Depending on the sizes you have, or if you have strips. I've ordered in strips so I can get them into kits. Because they are sometimes a lot easier to use. But if you have some already in your craft supply, in addition to what I gave you in your kit, you can grab those out. And I like the foam because then we can pop our flowers behind there. I love these sticky ones. Okay, so I'm going to put it right on top of my little border there. All right, let me bring this more over to the edge, is where I put it before. So I don't want anything here because it's going to be on the photo mat. So I'm just going to add a couple small ones here, just on the flower. Time for the garbage can. Then it's open there. Okay, then this little guy, I will just add a little bit of glue here and at the bottom, and it will sit on top of that flower. Make sure it dries. Okay. Oh, I wanted to get all these open. Sorry. So if you've got, let's just open all of these because we're going to use them all. And then the beads. Oh, there's my little bear. Okay, he was hiding. So we do have our little bear. Okay. Ooh. And our tweezers. Did you catch some fish? Go home.
I'm right to put it back.
He's the man where the fish gets away, guys. So right there. And then I'm going to put the little tiny yellow dots on my yellow dot flowers. And I always do use my adhesive. And I'm going to use the lighter colored yellow. I'm going to start with the light colored yellow. You've got a light, then you've got kind of an orangey. I'm using, oh, did I use the same? Nope, I used the orangey down on these guys. There he is. Okay, our hive is flat. Well, let's just make a mess. Okay, little bee. Remember, you need to find your buzzword. It'll pop up when it does. I'll go back and add it. But I'll put my little bee here, and then you can put the buzz when you find yours. Oops, let's go ahead and get this in camera so you can also see that little buzz. And then the same with your little honey stick, because this is going to be up on foam. And I'm just going to use one of my smaller squares. No, they're not smaller squares. They're bigger squares. You'll have them in your kit too, but they're not as thick. So down at the bottom, and then you'll put your stick in there. Let me take my puffies out, but we're going to want a mushroom. And actually the mushroom is going to come from here, but we use this somewhere else. Oh, you know what? We're using, so don't use this whole thing because the rest of it's getting used, I believe, in our book. Boy, he's dropping things upstairs. So I'm going to keep that in its plastic because all I want is our mushroom. Okay, some of the stem, there we go. We'll go just a little bit under the honey jar. So mine's going to sit on the photo mat. This one, I had left room. because remember I cut this too big, but that's okay. Like we talked about, there's no rules on these. These come out cute no matter what. Okay, backside. So I'm trying to leave everything in my book as we're going. All right, so backside, we are going to want this little bee that you can't see. We're going to use the cutest can be. These are going to come from your puffies. We got this cute little bee with a flower and these two hearts. So I separated my little heart. Oh, see, look, guys. I just found Buzz because I have to show you. I cut that off. I knew it would come up. And look what else came up. My honey scepter. So we can just pop right back over. Is that the right one? Yeah. It matches my fingernails. And then our big one is going to be in here. And I want cute as can be. It's yellow. And then I just want my big heart, which I know is over here. We may have to do this again tonight. I'm not sure how far we'll go. Oh, we still need our little bee, but we're going to just work here until I have to take my granddaughter shopping for her cowgirl boots for her birthday. So I'm looking for this little bee. And we have our pieces and parts. So I'm going to start down here at the bottom with the cutest can be. And this one is flat. Now our little bee will be on the squares. And part of him does go on the photo mat. So do leave this right hand side somewhat bare. And oh, there's my heart. Now the heart also will have the foam on this right hand side. Too close to the edge. So I put that about the middle of the photo mat. Okay, we'll cut that in half because we just want this on the right hand side. So I'll put a dot of glue there. And the foam is so it has a resting spot. Okay, your puffies. I just love these. So I took two of the white flowers. Whoops. We're going to put one on each side of our banner. Okay, see these little white dots? I did use our white, these minis. Or did I use, oh no, I used the teeny tiny whites from, see these on the bees? Yeah, they're teeny tiny. So if you if you say, I'm not messing with that, I understand. But it does give it a little dimension. Just going to put a little tiny dot. But they won't, if you don't put them down, that's okay. I'm going to use the white. They are little boogers. Right there. Okay, where'd it go? Oh, it's long gone. It will show up somewhere. Okay, that page is done. Let me flip back. Yay, I'm so happy we found these. And the first thing I'm going to do, I cut that off. And I'm going to straighten it out a little bit more. Okay. Then our cute little honey stick. Okay, those two are done. Now, for over here, these things, I just loved how well these are. I didn't use any other adhesive on the plastic. And you know what? Whatever it is, it's really good. It's not going to pop off. So I put a blue cloud right there. I put a sunshine right there. And then let's take one of our beehives. Then I want a bee that's going left first. No, he's going to be at the top. So we want the bee going to the left and then one to the right. So just two opposite directions. Then from my, was that from the, yeah, from the sticker sheet here, but now I'm going to get out my dots. Okay, put one on each end. Now I can take those off. Okay, back side. enamel. I have to fill them because it's like, whoa. So we're going to take our enamel dots, and I put 2 of the yellow, of the little white flowers. So on the enamel dots, they didn't stick quite as well. So I am going to use the glue dot on here with it. And I use 2 white. And a yellow is going to go up here in this corner. Two white over here. And I wasn't, too picky how these land. So they're both a little bit different. Okay, and that one is done. Okay, let's look for our cursive words. And I separate those. Let me put that over there. Okay, beautiful. Then we want this little round B. And so the whole idea was beautiful as can be. Then we'll add our little enamels that are so cute. On this one, I had put it up on foam tape. You can see the book was getting thick and thick. So this time, I'm not. I'm going to see if that will help. But if you want to use little foam dots or some foam tape, otherwise, I'm just going to put it down flat, kind of off-centered of the photo mat to help out some of this thickness, because I still am going to use it here on our B. I'm just going to use the flatter ones. And again, this was popped up originally. I'm going flat with it. And I'm hoping it will help, because we put 20. I went back and counted on, oh gosh, Butterfly Kisses, and I only did 15 pages. This one has 20. So with those extras, so you can see why I'm going to go, and it looks just as great if you go flat. You can't say that about everything, but we can about our books, right? Okay, mushroom here in the corner. Now we want to add our adhesive. We're also going to add some grass to our, so it goes right here in the corner. And then you have these little grass pieces. Take this one down here in the corner. We're going to add our dotted glue. And we are just going to stack it here at the bottom with our mushroom. Okay, one of our big yellow flowers. Up here on the corner. And then a blue one. Now on top of the dot, I put a little blue one. For the eye. I just covered that little black dot. And that one's done. Okay, this side. We need our tea mug. I just loved this one. Hello, sweet tea. So cute. So we want the tea first. Again, we've got a little, that one we used in the other book. I believe we used that too. So I'm going to take it out so we don't use it. Yeah, this one and that cute little tea kettle or tea, the kettle and the cup get used in our chipboard album. But I know, oh goodness, so where did I put that one? Come on, guys, that one can't be lost. But let's go ahead and get out Hello Sweet Tea. It's green. From our strips. So we have that. And we need a blue and a green. And some leaves. The leaves are going to come from our puffies. So there's my green. And it's a darker blue. I just need my mug. I don't know why I didn't lay these all out. I'm sorry. I will for the berry. I did it for the other in my envelopes, and I've got my envelopes, so I will do that again so you guys don't have to go through this. Just a minute. I think I threw the kettle in there. Excuse me. We need the flower here. And if I don't find it this round, well, we know it will show up in a moment. And there it is. Okay, sweet tea. Now I am going to use, I'm going to pop this up. Let me just use my strips. Okay, it's going to stick out into the yellow. Then our little blue flower. And for your listening enjoyment, Wilbur is snoring. Can you guys hear him? He must think it's so relaxing to craft. Okay, my little green one. Just a little tiny bit under the blue one. And then my tea. And Janice, I'm sorry, I hate putting the tea down where you can't drink tea right now. Because I know that's your favorite thing in the world. Kind of. Next to your granddaughter. Okay, we need an acrylic bee. And he's going this way. So I'll take him from here. Oh yeah, I did. Tiffany did. I did it for New Year's Eve. So I made that and I've got it out here. I just love it. I made, if you go to the New Year's Eve crop, in fact, Janet, that's funny. I was just looking at it. And Tiffany, weren't you there on New Year's Eve crop? So this is the one that I did on our New Year's Eve crop. And I loved this one. So yes, we have that for you. If you just pop on there, I did the box. So that's up there. I leave that right out here because I just love it. Okay, let's add our enamel dots in. I did the brighter yellow. Nope, I did the lighter yellow. So some of you may ask, what is New Year's Eve crop? Well, we do a new free online New Year's Eve crop. There's a group for it. So you just have to go on Facebook and find Country Craft Creations New Year's Eve crop. And you can join in. Oh my gosh, you guys, lots of tutorials. But the tutorials are also on our YouTube. Those are open to everybody. And we have a special crop coming up soon. I can't tell you all the details, but it's coming up. They're free. And this one's going to be super fun. Okay, let's pick out some leaves. So the first one I'm going to go with this plaid. Like I said, these are sticking very well. I'm just going to, and then I put another plaid one down here at the bottom. Ish, anywhere you like. And then I went with one of the more plain ones up here on top. You know, I think the adhesive works really well when they put it on these plastic. They're not really the puffy. It seems to be a lot stickier. Now that one I'm going to stick down in because that flower is smaller. So we have that there. And now over here, I felt it needed something. And so I used these hearts down here at the bottom. And I'm going to use 4 of them. For this, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I add a little extra. So I'm going to start here with the white. And then the kind of yellowish. It almost looks tan on here. So I used kind of a combination of the large and small. And then we're going to go with a green. So I'm going to go with the smaller green. And teal. The smaller teal. So I did that big one in the center there so it kind of stands out. And I know it's a little hard to see, but you do see it when you're there on the page. Okay, over here on page 4. we're going to pull this out because we put our little honey bear circle. And then you're going to want to take, let me show you this, the sweet. I had a hard time using the in front of the sweet, so I cut this off kind of right there at an angle. And then you can use the for something else. Then our honey bear for sweet honey. So we want the little honey. Now that's just the plain little honey jar. There it is. So if you read the photo, it's very sweet honey. Kind of, if you want it to be. So this one's flat because it's going back in the pocket. Oh, Diane, pop on over to Amazon. You're going to get a big sleeve. They're just the takeout food trays. And I love them so much better even than the puzzle sorters. So I bought a whole sleeve of them. Now we didn't do anything on the inside because that's all for photos. I'll tell you, they're a lifesaver. Then you just stack them, put them on your shelf until you're ready to use them again. Okay, on the bottom, we're going to use 2 of our mushrooms just down here in the corners. And these are going to come from the enamels. And I'm using, oh, they're the same size. Oh, and then out here on the outer edge. Okay. Now for the back side, there we go. The back side, I want the banner word, My Honey, right across there. So for this one, there we go. Should be able to roll those on. Okay, where did I just, oh, they're there. Where did I just roll those? I want a yellow enamel, flower, and a white one. Okay, all done. Okay, one thing we have to do too are these. I'm going to set those there. This one gets kind of heavily decorated, and then we want the border punch for this. So I'm going to move these guys ahead. And I used this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a strip. That's 1 inch. And you don't have to, if you don't have a border punch, that's okay. Go ahead and just, you might just want to put the color down, but I'd cut it to maybe like just 5/8 to give it a little contrast. But we're going to go ahead and punch. But I know you guys, your crafters. You've got tons of border punches that you haven't used in years. Because I know my drawer is full. And it's time we use them. Unless you like to use dies, then you can definitely cut some borders with your die. I mean, with your dies. I need to stop thinking. Hurts my brain while I'm crafting. Okay. Leave your border punch. You're going to be using that quite a bit before we're finished. And then we have a photo mat that's 5. Mine's a little longer than 5 7/8. So measure yours. Measure yours out. And then cut your border exact. And just set that aside because you're going to use it. Okay. And we can go ahead and glue that down. Okay. Get into our strip words. We want best friend. And then we want queen and bee. Okay, now I got quite a few heavy little things here. So we want a honeycomb, the one that has all the little bees. And I'll show you mine here in just a minute. This one has all of the little bees. Then we are looking for a little bee. He's flying and he's holding a flower. And I may have moved him. I'm going to move this guy over to my bees too. Oops. So now I can get my bees here. Oh, here he is, sitting right on top. He looks like that. And then we want a bee that's tooting his horn right here. And then we have a white and a blue flower on a stem. Kind of like a tulip. And a white one. And then we have a bee right. Oh, you guys can't see. I need to move my book. I will in just a second. We have a little bee. He's popping out of his white flower. There we go. So let's take our best friends. Now it's too hot. Okay, for the queen, I did pop it up too. See, here I go. I try to not pop things up because I don't want it too fat, but I can't help myself. It's so cute. And I just need a little tiny one right there. So let's go ahead and put everything down. And I used the word best friends because I used all the different bees. That's why there's so many bees on this one, because they're all best friends. Let's put that up on the border a little bit. And then the one with the flower, he's flat. Oh, goodness. Losing my voice there for a minute. When I stop talking, my voice gets stuck. Then, let's go ahead and move these guys down for a second. This one I put on the not so chunky foam squares. This is what takes a little bit longer when you're putting the foam on, because you have to put them on, take off the covering, glue them down. Okay, and make sure your bees are, go in the right direction that you want them to go. Then we'll put the little guy that's blowing his horn behind the beehive, announcing to everybody we're here. Okay, now our flowers. So I'm just going to overlap, connect them there. And then we can put our foam on the back. Oh, thank you, Janice. Oh, no, they haven't called yet. She said she wouldn't be done till noon. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep going till I get that phone call, and then I will say, because I got to go do my hair too a little bit before I go out in public with her. She's gonna be like, I didn't pick my grandmother up on the street. I promise. She's not homeless, but I could be. Besides, it's Saturday. Okay, we want some grass. So this is coming from our puppies. And tomato days here in Hooper. I know I mentioned this before. Our store is going to be on the float. We're doing a float. And so she wants to wear her cowgirl boots in that. And I'm like, okay. Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. I hope you are. The bee. Let's go ahead and get our foam on here. I'm just using, again, the smaller thickness. This part, it's kind of relaxing for a Saturday, right? We got all that hard work done last night with the pages. And like I said, there was 20. And we're not doing 20 again. We're gonna stick with the 15. I know they put so much in the Doodlebug albums. It's hard. It's hard. I always use all of the dividers, but it's the plastic sleeves usually I don't use all of. So, like I mentioned last night, don't feel bad if you don't use it all. So our little bee here, he's just going to come out to the side. Okay, now let's get out our acetate sheets if you have the kit. because we're going to cut 2 pieces that are 4 by 6 3/4. So you can use this, but I'm going to go to my big cutter and I'm going to cut 6 3/4 and then 4 and 4. Actually, you're going to use all 3 pieces. So cut 6 3/4 first. Okay, now put these guys up. See, I made these little headers from scraps, and you can do any type of decorating here. So they are going to be 1 1/2 or 1 1 1/4. Then we'll add these also. So go ahead and get out your pieces and parts. Use your little scrap pieces. Like, is this 4 inches? Nope. Like I said, they don't even have to be. I did use this one. And I don't know if I have any more of that, the black. So it just needs to be something that will work, that is 4 inches long. But you want the front and the back. Oh, wait, I folded that over. Good thing I looked. So you want it to be about 2 inches. So you know what? There we go. Okay, we know they're 4 inches long or wide. Four inches long, 2 inches wide. See, like, I can use that. So that would be, and that's what I did before. I just took the pieces that were left when I cut it. So we're going to go 2 and 4. We're going to score these in half. Oh, I know. When they're hanging. Oh, yes. I'll show you this one. Even though it is directional, one side will be upside down. And where it's upside down, I just covered the upside down bees with our other little bees because it was cute. Okay, so your best bet here is going to be score tape, or if you have the dots. And then we do want this to be even because you're going to see it on both sides. Well, you can't, possibility of seeing it on both sides. So when you, there we go, burnish that score line. And then see, this will be the front where the bee is going the right direction. And this little guy's on the back. I'll just put a strip like I did here. And then we're going to use the little flowers too. So, okay, my dots. Or if you have red line tape or even score tape, that's okay. One thing I want to make sure, I'm right there on the edge. And if it's a little bit long, we'll just trim. With our scissors. And then you can go ahead and decorate up with any of the coordinating pieces that you want. Let's see. So that was about, how wide was that? About 3/8. So I'll do the same thing for the back. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and cut it for the other one. I won't quite make it, but we'll use a different. No, I've got some more of this actually. So, oh, let's go ahead and put one on the back. Now, Janice, is it Jim that's doing the field, or is it you have somebody else doing the field? Okay. And then we're going to get out You're So Sweet. Let's just pop that on there really quick. You know what? Apparently this is smaller than that one. So I must have made that wider. That's okay, because we have, oh, okay. So they keep it. I'm going to put it right above the green. Don't have quite as much showing as on this one, because that's how I roll. Sorry, guys. It just, I don't always measure. And you know who I really got to quit doing that. I got in a bad habit of not measuring, and I need to. So I'm going to take these from our puppies. This is our little sunshine. And he was actually covering. Oh, I'm going to do it here. So it's going to be in a different spot. It's actually covering an upside down mushroom. There we go. Then I'm going to take one of my bees that's flying this way. I love that we have them flying all directions. And then one that's straight up and down. Actually, I covered that, but I'm okay with that there. And then I took my marker or your gel pen, whatever you like to use, and I just started here and drew kind of like slash marks. Like he was flying over to his friend. And then on the front, these are the puffy flowers right here, this row. Cute, huh? So we're going to put one in the center. One kind of on each end, and then in the center of those two. So I'll start out with my black one. teal and green on this end. Ooh. Oh, it's cow corn. Okay. So you can't eat it. Then white and yellow, but I swear it looks tan to me. You kind of have two different yellows. And then I can throw this one away. Photo maps. We need your 4 2¼ by 3, because we have to do front and back, and then your 4 2 by 2¾ Let me double check here. Yes, and I did round all the corners, so I'm going to round the corners, but I'm going to do it over my garbage can. Oh well, you know what, here we go. And yes, Janice made this garbage can many years ago. Oh, they still don't go in the garbage can. It doesn't like to do it upside down. Okay, just two more, just two more. I can't remember. No, I don't think they came with covers, but I sure wish they did. I know I've said that before. Okay, let's put the white on top. Oh, I didn't get out my... Oh, yes, I did. Oh, no, no. Got to hang on to that paper. Do they get 4 cuts from the hay, Janice, or do you guys only get like 2 or 3 where you're at? So I know some of them here only do 1 cut if they have a huge field, but some of the farmers because we used to get grass hay for our horses. Of course, you can do more cuts than alfalfa in Utah. So we usually get the second cut, but it's different everywhere. Okay, so what I did is you put 2 on the front and 2 on the back because you don't want to see just the solid. Oh, this is their first cut. Wow. So I'm just going to add some squares here, and I'm just going to put it down. I'm surprised you even get 3 cuts. So this year you might only get 2. Okay, and I am staggering them. Now on the back side, I put my dots right on top. I found it was easier because we want to put this right on top. There we go. So we don't see the back. Now on the front, I took our puffies, and we're going to put a beehive. And then to cover it up, you can either put another beehive there. I did do a green heart here. You kind of do see it. So you know what? I think I'm just going to go with another beehive this time. But that is a green puffy heart. So it is on your puffy stickers. It didn't quite cover it as well as I wanted it to. So we'll just beehive it again. So they're back to back. Now over here, I do want to add a few of our, I did it in a row before. This time I'm just going to go up here. So I did a row of the little hearts down at the bottom, but I'm going to put them up here of our puffy hearts. I'm just going to use the little ones. Those were the bigger ones, but I cut more paper and made it wider than this. And I'm just going to kind of stagger them. I don't care if they're straight. Whoops, because our bees aren't straight. And then I want a teal blue baby one. Okay, and now the front, we're done. So this one can go now into our book. We just have the second one to do. Oh, let me put this one away. And then our second one. Okay, those things are clear. I can't find mine. You guys, I cut them, but they are hiding. Okay, you did it the same. Same thing with our little bees and a mushroom on the back, and then I drew my lines. But this one, okay, I know they're here. Yeah, they're hard to see once you put them down. We need to have our 2 3x5s. So let's go ahead and make our photo mats. And then you have 2, apparently, that I did not cut. 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. Oh, that's crazy. I can't see them. No, they're not in the trash. They're just this light. You know how you can't see it when you cut it? Okay, Janice, I'm looking in the garbage. No, they're not there. Okay, well, they're here somewhere. So I showed you how to make one. And we're just going to cut this real quick for our photo mat. 2 3/4. And then 4 3/4 twice. Now they're just under something. And actually, I was looking at them, and I thought, I got to be careful so I don't lose those. And I lost them. Okay, let's round the corners, and let's round the corners on this one. So I will go until like 12. It's 11:30 my time. And then I got to do the hair for when I get a call to go get cowgirl boots. And then I will be back on tonight because we won't get finished. Oh, I was scoring. You're absolutely right. Oh, no, but I was hoping. No. They're here. We will find them soon. Okay, so let's just put these together. I will safely put these away for when I do find them. Okay, same thing. Go ahead and put these back to back. I did flowers again, if you like, and life is sweet. But here I use the little bear. Ooh, you know what? That's going to hurt somebody. I'm going to have to cut that off better. Just notice that. You got to be careful with this stuff because then it's sharp. And we have 2 bees, mushrooms, and I did my lines again. So as soon as I recover my lost acrylic sheets, then I'll put this in here and we'll be able to make those. Okay, let's get the back done. So we're going to cut another border strip. It's going to be the same width as our mat, and I did it in yellow. And it's the same width as the black, which was 4 1/4. So for right now, we'll just grab, it's the yellow with the flowers, and it has the grid on the back. And you should have a piece. Oh, no, that's not the yellow with the grid. It can be this one with the yellow with the polka dots. And I probably will just go with that because we've got it. But here we go. So you've got the yellow. You got quite a few scraps. So if you have the yellow grid and polka dots, not yellow grid. This one with the flowers. That's what's on there. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 1. So I have 2 pieces, and we're going to go ahead and cut it at 4 Well, let me punch it first, then I'll cut my 4 1/4. Then it's a little bit straighter, it seems to be. Oops. And where, where the end is. Good morning and happy Saturday. Hey, we're going to Okay, what happened here, guys? Do a little bit of matting on the cover, then we're going to work on the inside. Are you guys with me still? Because this is weird. My computer started talking back where I started the video. Wait, this is really odd. I don't know. I didn't bump nothing. Okay, as long as you're still with me. That was crazy. Okay, one more. Well, we don't want them to talk back. So 4 1/4. No, they can't talk back. And then on this one, so I'm just going to pop it up here at the top because I want to be able to slide a photo underneath it. So you don't want to attach this part down. Well, I'd sure like to know where my acrylic ran off to. Okay, come on. There we go. Now let's get that cute word, honey. Not home, honey. I did not pop this one up. I just add glue to this very bottom half because it sits up over the photo mat, and we want our photo to go in there. Okay, puffies. Blue cloud up here in the corner. White cloud down here at the bottom. Then I have the bees. So I want our center bee where his wings are in the center. And I noticed their little antennas, they're very fragile. So just kind of decide here where your center is. And then a bee with his wings to the left. And then one with his wings to the right. I forgot. Yeah, they're crunchy. You don't want to crunch those. Yes, I do know you're on them. And so am I, because I got to find those. That's just totally crazy. Okay, right up here with our clouds. Now, right down here on the honey pot is going to be a bee. There we go. With his wings in the center. Oh, where'd you come from, little guy? Oh, no, don't stick there. Ooh. I guess he's ready to fly the coop. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the top of my honey pot there on the black strip. And we're going to put him right on the pot. Okay, that page is all finished. Now I want you to find the white just because. There it is. And it's going on the center here. Okay, we need to do a border down here at the bottom. And I want you to measure, except for it's going to go on the paper. So we got to take, whoops, we got to take the back one out. So we're going to decorate this on the inside. Okay, plaid. And we should have a pretty good sized piece left over. It needs to be 6 inches. Yes. So I'm going to measure. So mine came out to be 1 5/8 by 6. So measure yours from the bottom of the grid paper to the bottom of the page, because we can trim this when we're finished anyway. Make sure it's 6 inches. If we need to trim it, see, we'll take it here from the bottom. And then once you know your measurement, you can go ahead and do your border punch. Okay, let's get this straight. Okay, oh, let's put this down so I don't have to trim mine. Perfect. Let's go ahead and glue this down. So I'll glue all of it down. Get those little yellow dots out of there. And then sweet as honey will go on the bottom. So only glue the bottom piece or part. Okay, enamel dots. My first one is a mushroom. And it's just going to go over here on the edge of the paper. Kind of at an angle if you want. And then I'm going to put grass. So dotted glue on one of the grass pieces. Everything is white and you can't find it on your desk, let me tell you. So this is a little bit greener of a grass, but I like it. Okay, so our grass. And then on these dots, I'm going to put an enamel flower. These smaller ones. So I put a green one on the black background. And then a yellow, which is a little bit bigger in the center. And then we'll put a smaller teal one. Not the tiny one, but so it's about the medium size right there. Then we need a beehive from our puppies. Oops. And this just kind of sits off center of the photo mat at the top. And then we need a bee with his wings in the center. You pick and put them up to the right. Okay. Now this is going to sit kind of, you put it, so check to the right of me. Okay, let me put this on. And that one is now done. We're going to pop this back in. And I put them up to the right. Janice, how did you go back and watch it while it's still live? Oh, Janice. There they were. Yay. Thank you, Janice. Now, one thing I want to do is see this last one here. We're going to put this in the pocket in the back. Actually, that one's a little bit bigger. But I'm going to put it back to my right. Okay, I put it to the right. Oh, you use your, okay. Okay, guys, we can go back and I already showed you basically what I did. So I'm just going to put that in there and I'll get to him so we can kind of keep moving here. Okay, right here, because you'll use after we make the 6x8 album, then you can go ahead and put any leftover tags or make more. But right now we're just going to take our cute little bear. Now don't use the My Honey, that's going to go on the back page. So we don't put the whole thing on here. We just want the little bear. So we're going to pull out our little bear. And again, be gentle. There we go. Because sometimes there are little parts to these. Now that's going on the back page, I believe. So we don't want to use that right now. And he's going to fit perfect on top of there. Okay. Let's go ahead and flip that over. Now the only thing, oh, we need here is that big circle that we, so again, on here would be really cute if you wanted to put your points. You definitely can. Otherwise, I'm just going to pop this up on some foam. And all done. Okay, page 8. So on our cover, we have the word sunshine. And let's see what I have inside. Okay, inside we have the banner word sweet memories and summer. Sorry, I'll show you in just a second. We have the word summer. Sweet memories. Then we need a white flower. And we're going to cut a little banner piece here in just a second. So your white flower will be on the stem. Boy, that one's bigger. We must use the smaller one. Let me see here. There it is. It's the smaller one. Now, do you guys remember that border piece with the black and white? It has the checkered right here. So I want you to cut that off, and it's coming off of the, this was from the 6x8 piece you have. And then we're going to cut that out to be 3 1/4 inches long. Okay, these are going to go on the inside, and our sunshine's going on the outside. And again, it is up on foam. And I'm not using the big thick ones. Let's see if that will fit. Yes. Okay, now let's get our, we're going to do a combination of puffy and our little acrylic bees. Or not acrylic, what are they? These guys. There's too many different names for this stuff. So at the top, I have a bee where his wings are to the left. And you need to keep it, remember this has got to, our page has to open. So make sure he's not, or you could put him over on the yellow if you like. Then we have the bee where he has both wings. And I put him just right above the sunshine. And I wanted more shine, so I took my little bee here that has both wings. And the cover is now finished. So on the inside, let's go ahead and start with our puffies. So just right up here at the top, I'd put a puffy white. And down here at the bottom, and a leaf. So you can choose. I'll take the one that just has a stripe down the center. Let's place that inside of there. And then let's go ahead and start with our border. I mean, not, well, the black plaid. And let's cut a flag. So center, and then corner to center, and corner to center. And then I just layered summer on top. Can get a hold of it. Sweet memories. And then our flower, I brought this here. Let me show you. Let's bring this over a little bit more. So summer is going to hang over a little because I wanted to cover. I didn't want that to look open. Do you know what I mean? Just a flat ant. I wanted it to look like one piece was put together. Okay, so I'm going to attach summer there. So it's longer than the black piece there. Then we can glue that down as one unit. And then Sweet Memories. Oh, there you are. And a Puppy Sunshine. Okay, we are done there. Okay, life is the best. So, it's one that has, it's from the sticker sheets. Or the best life. I'm going to put that right at the top, and I'm going to pop that up. And then we want a beehive with the bee. So we have, oh no, that's not the one we want. We're looking for a beehive, the one that has the little bee on the left-hand side. And he's a, no, not that one. This one, for right here. And then you can go back when we're finished. Let me pull these out. And then you'll add your tags. Or make some tags, anything you want with your leftovers. Okay, don't tell me I'm out of those. Oh. Guys, of course, I've already used what was in the kit, and this is my second one, and I didn't grab more. And whoa, I'm going to have to get more. Piece of paper in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this one out as we're moving along. And we want, how lucky is that? The little bee coming out of a little hive there. And I'm just going to add glue down the center. And that's not where I want it. Put him almost to the bottom. And I'm going to just mute you for a minute and see if that's my son. Sorry about that, guys. And you did see that I put it down right here. Sorry about that. So I wanted you to see from your sticker sheet is the little bear. Now I do have to remove the sticky from here. Because I do want to be able to get a photo possibly underneath it. So I'll just use my unstick stuff. Okay, now it's not sticky no more. And I will just add some sticky now in the center. So I can put that in the center there. And then we can just pop that back in. And we're going to do one more page, and then I will be back on live tonight so we can finish up. Okay. So that side's now all done. So this little guy, let me go ahead and take this off. We've already done, let me see, everything on the inside. Yep, that one's done. So what we're going to need is our flowers. We need, there's my flowers. We need a white one. Then we need that yellow, and there's a little black one. There we go. And our banner word, love you bunches. Remember, everything we don't use, it goes in our album. You know where that came from? It came from, that's right, it's going to come from our strip words that was on our 12 by 12 cut aparts. And let me get those words out. That doesn't look right. Oh, that's from the 8 by 8. That's why we need it from the 12 by 12. I mean, you can use that if you don't want to make the flag at the end. So we're going to cut these apart. Oh my dear Lord, I am muted. Okay, let me back up. Oh my gosh, you guys. So we put the B here, and I think this is when I became muted. This is our sticker, and I was running a silent film for you. I am so sorry. We took the sticky off the back, you can leave it and just stick it down, and I put glue in the center. So for this page, we've done the inside, but we need these 3 flowers. Love You Bunches from the 12 by 12 sheet. So you didn't miss too much. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh. And then I dumped my water. I will not replay that for you. So now we're going to go up the center and make our little flag. Yeah, that does not get a replay, guys. Okay, now Love You Bunches, we're just going to put this down flat. I can't believe I was still muted. Okay, we don't want it to hang over the edge. No, and I had said also, yeah, we'll do this page, and then this is where I will leave you because I'm starving. Okay, so the white one, we're going to put the white one down flat. We're just going to put it on the edge of the border strip here. Pop up the yellow. Then overlap there. And the little black one, I just love black flowers. I put one of my little square. They're a little bit thicker, or you can put two of your flatter ones, but you do want this one up just a little bit higher than the yellow. Oops. Okay, let's get over there just a little bit. Okay, our bees with, nope, that's the wrong guy. We want the puffy stickers. And we want his wings to the left. Uh-oh. There he is on the bottom. Okay, this is up on foam tape, so I just kind of put it to, whoops, the back. And he just may land that way, so there we go. Turn it just a little bit if you can. Then from our enamel dots, I'm going to take 2 medium of the enamel dots. You know what? I really do like scissors better with this. Okay, those 2 go there. Then I put a large black enamel dot just at the corner here, corner-ish. Flowers. Well, we need a yellow one, a big yellow one right there. And then a smaller yellow to the right of it. Okay, that page is done. And let's flip it over. Now, this is the one we want to cut. We want to cut a piece of acrylic. If I can, well, I'm going to cut it from that one for, no, I'm not, because, yes, I am. This is going to go on the belly band, and it is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Then this little guy is a sticker. Okay. So you have this one left. Yeah, this one was the strip, though I did put this one back in my bag. So 4 1/4. Well, this one's going to be a hair shorter, so you might have to go 4 5/8 like me. Now, part of the problem was when I cut this, I had ruined some of mine. Oh my gosh, you guys, has this been, I don't know why this is muting. My mouse. Okay. Oh my gosh. So what was the last thing you heard? I must be hitting it with my glue bottle again. No, that's not funny. You can't. Okay. Did you guys get all of this one? I must be, when I put my glue bottle down, hitting either my mouse. Okay, I was putting the acrylic down. Okay, now that is weird because I didn't touch it. And you know what? And I don't know where the second one of these came from because I only have one. You know, I picked up two. There's something going on in my craft room. So for your acrylic, mine was cut 4 1/4 by 3 5/8. And then I put sticky dots down in the center, or you can put your red line tape, or you can put score tape. And then this was that sticker. So I took that off of your sticker sheet up in the right-hand corner, and I added, you saw the dots. Again, a silent movie. Sorry about the silent film. Now we're going to take our puffy stickers. We're going to add a beehive down to the bottom. So I'm watching that mouse. Something is like, I'm going to put that kind of down here in the corner. And a bee. We're going to do one with his wings to the left at the top. And then one with his wings going the opposite direction. And a white cloud up at top. Because these are super cute. Okay, that's that page ready for your tags or whatever you'd like to add. And then when I come back, we're going to do this page, but I put them in wrong. Just need to turn this over. Actually, let's do this one real quick because it's super cute and super easy. I know. Let's just, we'll do this and I'll leave you until we get back to this. So this one, like I said, super quick. Let's go ahead and take, I'm going to take them both out. We'll start with this one. So we want our big words that say sweets. And then you're going to want your big sunshine. So a sunshine and sweet. Okay, sweet's going to go down in the center. Oh, I just noticed something. So you might have to punch this out. Forgot about that. It's right on the S. And I caught it last time when I was gluing it too. Okay, now my sunshine. So I don't want it to hang over. So I put this down. And then I kind of did a measurement to the top of that border that's the dotted. I made a mark and I'm going to cut that straight off. So you can keep this because it'll also be cute on another piece. So everybody's sunshine will be a little bit different depending on where your border is. And I didn't want it to go over the top, of course. And then we want 2 puffy stickers, a blue cloud, and a white cloud. And that one's done. Okay, so this one, we just need a border strip on the bottom. Now, before I used a floral, but you definitely, but remember it was a different paper because I kind of screwed that up somehow. So if you want to match, you can check and see if you have this, or you can go just with this black to tie those 2 in together. Let me put these away. So let me take a quick peek here. I think I might have, oh, it's not long enough. Plus, it's been sitting in water. That's where I spilt my water when I was on mute. And you know what? I could have said the word I wanted to say, but I didn't say it because I thought I was not muted a few minutes ago. So check through, because we do have a whole sheet here. We can actually cut a piece. It has that little green flowers, but that's not the right green flowers. It's the little baby green flowers. And it's hiding on me because it's here. So if you want to have it matching, you do have that 12 by 12 sheet. And let's go ahead and just cut 1 inch off. Put that away for the album. Excuse me. This time I'm going to just cut 6 inches. And we're going to punch it. Now I'm looking. I wish my computer had an alarm that said you've hit mute. Okay, the videos are all done. So if you are on, well, yeah, you're on my YouTube. I want you to go to the main page, and then you need to you'll see video live, then you want to hit playlist. And if you hit playlist, play all, they're all right there in the playlist. Or when you're on the main page, you'll be able to just see the videos. Yeah, we did last night's. Okay, so you can have this coming up or down. And have mine come down. And then I brought it about 1/2 inch from the bottom. Or so. And we want a honeycomb. And that honeycomb, no, it's not that one. We'll have that. I'll put those in there so it will have our little bee on the honeycomb. So there's a honeycomb with a little bee. Of course, it was on top. It's this one. It's not that one. Oh, yes, it is. It is this one. And then we want our banner word that says my honey. Oh, that's not a fall. Okay. And everything is just flat. Now don't put glue on the bee. Because it's going to be on the photo mat. Okay. And my honey. Again, I didn't put glue up there since it touches the photo mat area. Enamel dots. And I used the green, kind of the lime green. I need to see. Okay, a heart. So I have a teal heart. These are inside the sleeve and they stick pretty good, so I won't put any other glue. Then I put a little bear face, centerish, and this yellow honeycomb color heart down our banner. Okay. Those two are finished. And that is absolutely where I'm going to leave you till this evening. And it'll probably be between 5:30 and 7. I'll be live again. I'm sorry I'm not giving you more of a precise time here. And we'll finish up. So we will still be done tonight. We'll just move on to here. And I'm just double checking to see exactly. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll be done. So I'm going to leave you here on page 12. And I will see it's still getting chunky. I still left some foam off, but hey, I like them chunky. I think they look cool sitting on the shelf. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave you. And clean up a little bit, go eat, and then I'll be back on this evening. So thanks for sticking with me this afternoon through everything, of course, and I'll see you guys later. Oh, good, because I love a chunky book too. Bye-bye.